Hey guys, welcome to another episode from Stacy Here We Grow Again. So today I'm tinkering around my garden as I usually do, looking at some stuff that need to be transplanted. So we bought these. These are all new from the store, and I noticed that they're really growing a lot since I brought them home, and they look good. It's my begonia rex, and she's just sucking up this water quite a bit. So I'm watering this container. In the winter time, you shouldn't be watering so much. So I'm watering her like every 3 or 4 days. And that means she's really getting root bound in here. So I don't want her to get stalled out. I don't want my basil to get stalled out, the purple one we bought, because we got like 7 plants in here. So I'm going to put this one in here. You want to go an up size for the basil. You want to go a pretty good size up for basil, because I'm going to leave her in this container for a few months so I don't have to transplant her again. If I was to put her into something smaller, she wouldn't grow as big, you know. So I'm going to put her from this container into this one, and you can see just how big of a difference these two are from each other. So she'll be happy in there. You want to use a nice, good organic potting mix for all your plants, guys. I use the same soil basically for all my plants. So I mix it different ways depending on what I'm using it for. So all of these basically got mixed the same way because I like the same soil. And what I use is Harvest Organics name brand soil with my Coco Loco, and I add perlite in here. And that Harvest Organics mix has a lot of natural compost, organic compost. It's 100% organic, gives nutrients from the organic compost in there, so it's really rich in the organic matter in here. And my Coco Loco has earthworm castings, Norwegian kelp meal, back guano, and just regular nutrients for your plants. So I like to mix Coco Loco with the Organics Harvest, and this is what you come out with, a really nice good potting soil with perlite in there. I put about 2 cups of styrofoam cup, just a small styrofoam cup full like that of my perlite. I just use a regular perlite bag. It's pretty big, guys. The perlite I use, I buy a 16-pound bag. So this is my perlite because I use it that much. I use it for all my plants, and it's like 16 bucks for this big bag of perlite. It's really, really cheap. And I got to transplant these plants, a lot of them, especially this one. Look at these roots on her. So that is getting way too root bound, and she's actually starting to die off because she's getting choked out too much. So I don't want that to happen because these arrowhead nephitis plants are awesome to have. She's going to go in this big pot right here, or I might put her in another one that I got ready down there. But this Dracaena, you can tell she's going to upsize, and you want good drainage, good organic potting soil in all your pots. And when we transplant this, we're just going to fill up, you know, about quarter to a half of the way for a plant this size, you know, depending on how big the plant is. So this Dracaena likes a short pot. Usually I have my inside one in a short pot, so you just want to squeeze the edges. Now usually with 2 hands you would take this in between your fingers, flips it upside down, and remove the pot without damaging your plant. But I have one hand here, and you can see just how root bound this plant is. She was pretty root balled in that pot, so we're going to let her stretch her roots. We're just going to tickle her a little bit, spread them roots out. You don't want to break anything. Put her in there, press her down, and then we're going to backfill with some soil. We're going to straighten her out, make sure she's nice and straight when you put her in. This way when you backfill, at least we know she'll be sitting in the pot the proper way. Now by backfill, you can definitely use this soil that came out of the pot with the plant. So we can empty that out, and from that one plant we got 2 pots. So we're going to save these pots. I always save my pots. Clean them out, guys. Don't reuse those pots without cleaning them. You can see that stuff on the rim. So I wash all my pots out. You can see these are reused plenty of times over, and look how clean they are. Make sure you're using clean pots, guys, so you don't get little buggies. And all you want to do is just backfill the pot up to where she was in the other one. You don't want to bury the plants any more than what they were in the other pot, because then you'll just shock them and you can kill the plant, the roots, the leaves, a bunch of stuff. So you just want to push it down gently. Make sure she's got a nice snuggled in home. See if we can do this without making a mess here. It's okay. It's cold out today, guys, so I am in my lanai chilling with the sun beating on me with the heater in my house. My dog is chilling in front of the heater, so he's a spoiled little guy. He's actually staying nice and warm. He's the smart one. And that's it, guys. You want to give plants like this, regular plants, you want to give a little water. I'm not going to bury it really any more than what it is. You can see it's buried right up to where it was, and she'll be great. Now these Dracaenias, I water from the top, and she'll fill out this pot really good. And you want to water as soon as you transplant. So we're going to give her a little bit of water here. Let me see if I can grab some. It's so cold out, and I've been waiting for this weather. It's like 45 degrees here. You just want to water Dracaenias from the top here. And that's it, guys. Give her a nice water, leave her on the counter here. Now for plants like this that you're putting back inside, you don't really have to acclimate them because they're already acclimated. They're going to be, you know, if you're putting this straight outdoors, then I would leave it out of the sun for a day or so. I leave all my freshly transplanted plants out of direct sunlight out in the garden for the first day. Anything after a day, I can leave it out and put it back out in the garden. But since these were in the house, I'm going to just put them right back in the house. There's no need to acclimate your plants if you're taking them, you know, and transplanting from in the house. Now these were cuttings. I want to show you how we transplant cuttings. You can see they have nice roots on them. So we're going to put it in this nice herb pot we recycled. And we're just going to transplant all these little guys together. So you want to separate them really good. This is one plant. So we're going to put them roots down. We're going to snuggle them in, and we're going to bury this up to the first leaves. So you want to bury your oregano that you're propagating from a cutting, your sage, your basil, just up to them first set of leaves, guys. You don't have to worry about spacing with basil and stuff like that. I mean, basil, yes. Oregano, no. Oregano, thyme, little leaf plants like that. These are all going to be individual plants, each one. But you can put quite a bit of oregano in a single pot because they're really tiny. So you can grow like, you know, maybe 5 or 6 plants in a container like this and transplant it when it's time. And that's it, guys. You just finish up your oregano here, one-handed. You don't have to be precise with it. We are good to go. This will live. We have roots. And when you take a cutting, you want to make sure you have roots, guys. Make sure you have roots before you plant, and your plants will be good to go. Give them a nice water. Try not to disturb them root systems that we made in that water, and you're good to go. Spread them out a little bit. Give them some water. You can start fertilizing when they start growing a little more. Once they get a little bigger in a few weeks or so, then we can start fertilizing just a little bit. Give them like a 5-5-5 or a 5-10-5. They appreciate that, which is my Dynagrow or my Miracle Grow diluted for the nutrients I use. But since I use like a rich organic potting soil like this, my plants do really well. I don't have to use much nutrients, guys, because I pot in this. So we're good to go with this little planter. I'll finish this little guy up. Put him here, even this pot out. And that's how easy it is to transplant anything you have around the house. Succulents are a little bit different. You can check out those videos on how I transplant my succulents, make arrangements and stuff like that. But that's it. And that will fill out beautifully, that oregano. Give it a nice water. So we're going to be really gentle because these don't have much of a root system yet, and they will move on you. So water it, let it seep in, give it a little more, and you're good to go. Don't let it sit out in the sun if the leaves are wet. Always remember, don't water when the sun's out because it can burn your leaves. So we got 2 done. I'm going to go ahead and finish these up, guys, because I need 2 hands. I don't want to break this begonia. They have sensitive stems, just like basil. They're kind of hollow, and I don't want to ruin these. But we're going to do the same thing with this. We're going to squish the pot on all sides, turn it, squish it, flip it over, and then repot it. And then give it a good water, snuggle it in, backfill, you're good to go. Till next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and it helps you transplant your plants in your yard, whatever you might be transplanting. Happy planting, guys. Please remember to like and subscribe. If you'd like to see more to come, Excuse my voice, this weather doesn't know what it's doing, so my allergies, I'm suffering from allergies. I suffer from allergies during the summer and during the winter, so I suffer both. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a great day. Bye-bye.